If you're a personal trainer tired of creating fitness plans, this automation will save you hours every week and make you look more professional doing it. Let's get into it. So what we'll be generating in this system is a full fitness guide, which includes a 4-week workout plan, a 7-day meal plan, and a supplement guide, all specifically tailored to the client's needs and goals. And it all starts with a Google form. So this automation starts with a Google form. So the client of the personal trainer will fill in this form. It collects their information such as their first name, last name, email address, age, their weight, their gender, fitness goals, experience level, preferred training style, and dietary preferences. Then this form is connected to a Google Sheet. So all these fields are pushed directly into the Google Sheet. So you can see we have the columns corresponding to the fields of the form, and this is stored directly. So this is kind of like the database that informs the project. Okay, so here's the main scenario on make.com where the automation is built. So the trigger for this is Google Sheets. So essentially, when a new form is submitted, that is then passed directly into that Google Sheet we just looked at, and a new row is created, and that's the trigger for this scenario. So when a new row is found within Google Sheets, that whole automation will trigger. Then we have 2 steps, capitalized first name and capitalized second name. This is just in case the client submitted their name in lowercase in the form. It's just to sort of make it look more professional on our end. And then we have a Gmail step. So this is going to be emailing the trainer. So it says, hi, trainer's name. A new form submission has been received and the client details have been added to the database. We're now generating a personalized response. So they don't have to do anything here. This is an email where it kind of just tells them, okay, your client submitted a new form and we're on it. Their fitness plan is now in the works. Then from this point here up until this Google Docs step up here, everything is just based around the actual generation of the plan. So quickly, I'll explain these next 2 steps here. So these relate to this Google Sheet here. So this is kind of our knowledge base for this scenario. So we have an external knowledge base, which is obviously so that the trainer has control over the knowledge, because really we're not responsible for the knowledge base. We're not the ones with the expertise on fitness. This is built for a personal trainer. So the personal trainer is the one with all the fitness knowledge. So they're the ones who are responsible for providing our LLMs with the fitness knowledge. So we have a pretty basic MVP version of the knowledge base here. This is just in Google Sheets. So it has some example fields. So let's say, for example, the person submitting the form said their goal is fat loss. Then the trainer would sort of give the advice in this value column. So for fat loss, they would say use supersets, circuits, and cardio. And then this sort of rule, this advice is what's then used to inform the GPT steps when making the plan. And it serves multiple purposes. So number one being so that the trainer can come in and edit this. Let's say they remember something good or they find out something new. They can just come in and add that in to make their fitness plans more tailored to their current understanding whenever they want to. And it also ensures that it is their knowledge that is included rather than just me including a basic knowledge base within the GPT steps. This is far better. And just to make sure this is actually being applied to our scenario, you can see here for the advanced one, I just put in some dummy data. So I said if the client submitted the form and said they're advanced, the rule for this is that if they're advanced, they should train 7 days a week and exclusively train legs, which is obviously stupid advice. But when we're getting the final output back, I'll submit this and say I'm advanced, and the form will reflect that, yes, you've got 7 days of leg workouts. And this is just to make sure that the GPT steps are actually referring to our external knowledge base for their generation, as opposed to just using information which is already baked into ChatGPT and just generating a random knowledge base off of its own knowledge. This is making sure that the trainer's knowledge is what's being used to generate the workout plans. And obviously when this is built for a real client, the personal trainer can come in here and add all extra fields and add their actual detailed information on what you should do if you want this goal, if you're this experienced, if you have, this and this and this. So it just allows much more flexibility with the trainer to actually put their expertise into the system. So back to the scenario. These 2 steps are essentially just referring to that. So the training rule is looking up what their goal is. So for example, if they're trying to lose fat, it will look up what the training rule is that the trainer has set, and then this will be pulled back into the scenario, and then this step here is just storing that as a variable. So that's just keeping it nice and clean and making sure it's referenceable within our next GPT steps. So then next we have 2 GPT steps. So it's week 1 and 2 and week 3 and 4 of the workout plans being generated. So we'll click into here and we've got a detailed prompt as usual. So we have a system rule first, which is essentially saying you must always refer to the client training rule, which is the variable we've just set in the previous step. So in our example of being advanced, this will be what says train 7 days a week and only train legs. And then we have the main prompt, role, you're an experienced diet and fitness coach. Task, you're generating week 1 and week 2 of a 4-week workout plan, personalized to the client's details. Then a little reminder to the GPT step here that it must use the training rule. And then we have the client information being passed into the prompt. So this is being pulled directly from the Google Sheet. So this is what they submitted in their form. So first name, last name, age, weight, gender, fitness goals, experience level, training style, and then allergies or food preferences. Some output rules here, just telling it exactly what we want in the output, making sure it never does that sort of introduction or conclusion in the message, because oftentimes ChatGPT will love to go, hey, here's your workout plan, hope you like it, or something like that. And obviously, given that we're passing this directly into the document, we don't want any of that. We don't want the introduction or the conclusion. We just want the body of the workout plan. So being very clear here, don't say any of that. And then we have some more formatting rules. And then you can see here, it's given an example of how it wants to be formatted. So we're putting this in HTML. Obviously within the prompt, it's unrendered HTML. It looks all weird and looks all ugly, but ChatGPT understands HTML. So when we're passing this into the document step, it will be rendered HTML and it'll look nice. We'll have our different font sizes and our bold and our underlines and all that good stuff. So this is week 1 and 2. This is week 3 and 4. I just split it down the middle, split it in half to sort of be efficient on token usage. Then we have the same system here with the Google Sheet lookup and the set variable. This time it's for the meal plan. So we have lookup what their goal is. So whether they're trying to lose weight or gain weight and all this stuff, or recomp. Obviously this depends on what the meal plan should include and how many calories they should be using. Then this information is being stored as a variable. Same again for their dietary preferences. So whether they have a preference to not eat fish, for example, whether they have a nut allergy or a gluten allergy or whatever it may be. We're looking this up. We're passing in the trainer's expertise for that specific issue and pulling this back into the scenario. Then we have a meal plan GPT step. So very similar structure to the workout plan GPT step, except this time obviously we're referring to a meal plan instead. So I'm going to quickly skip through this, but you can see it's the same sort of style prompt. I like to keep things very consistent when we're using multiple prompts within the same system. So once again, the information from the form is being passed in, the same sort of formatting rules to make sure it really is consistent throughout all of the steps. Use your HTML and all that stuff. Then we have a supplement guide as the next GPT step. And once again, we have this same sort of logic being passed in, where the rule is being looked up in the Google Sheet, it's being stored as variable. And then once again, we have the supplement guide prompt using the exact same structure as before, as we saw in the workout plan and the meal plan. And then this is the actual document creation step. We have a little bit of sort of static generation in the document. So this is just kind of creating the header. So we're putting in the personal trainer's contact information. We have their name, we have their email, we have their address, their Instagram, their website, etc. And this is going to be included in every document. But then the dynamic part of this is where in the actual body of the document, we're putting in the output from the first GPT step, which is week 1 and 2 of the workout plan. Then we have the second GPT step, which is week 3 and 4 of the workout plan. Then we have the output of the meal plan, and then we have the output of the supplement plan. So this is creating a document, and it's just essentially mapping the outputs of the ChatGPT steps into the document. Then we have a few webhook scripts. I'm not going to go into too much detail with these, but this one, the first one in particular, is important. It's essentially just branding the document. So this is what we're passing this into Google Apps script. We're providing it the specific document ID, and then the Google Apps script is sort of branding the document. So we have the header, which has the personal trainer's logo, and we have the footer, which has the personal trainer's sort of slogan or branding. And then the second one is kind of just tidying up. It's some more formatting stuff. It's just saying, okay, this needs to be spaced like this, and this could be a little bit better. So this is a final script, which is essentially being called upon, and it's just some last little changes that are being made to the document. When the second webhook returns information, it kind of brings back a load of gobbledygook about the document, but within that is the URL of the document, and that's pretty valuable. So this step here is a text parser step, and this is told, we have this pattern here, it's told to specifically extract the URL of the document and leave out all the rest. So this one is just bringing in the document URL, and this is going to be used in this step here. So this is the first sort of point of contact with the trainer, so to speak. So this is an email which is being sent to the trainer. Approval needed. This is the plan for first name, last name. So essentially, this is where we're saying, okay, the workout document has been generated for your client. Here it is. So this value here, this orange value field you can see is the response from the text parser step. So this is essentially the URL of the Google document. So we're sending them the link to the workout plan, saying please review it and select an action below. And then this step here is if they want to approve it. So they'll look at it and think, yep, this is good enough. This is really good. This is going straight to the client. Or the rejection one. So they might look at it and think, I don't really like that. Maybe I need to tweak the knowledge base of it. Maybe I want the formatting to be slightly different. So the bottom one is to reject it. Okay, so let's take a look at this email as it would appear in the trainer's inbox, because seeing it in make.com when it's all in unrendered HTML makes it quite hard to imagine what it would actually look like in the real world. So here it is. You can see, hi trainer. Obviously this would be substituted with the trainer's real name when we set this up for a real client. A new personalized plan for saved scenario. Okay, so this is an oversight on my part. This is just a test run I was doing. I put my name in as saved scenario in the Google form. So this bit where it says saved scenario here would actually be the client's name. It's just that I happen to enter my name as first name saved, last name scenario in the form. So that's my bad. But a new personalized plan for Adam Dodd, let's just add that in here, is ready for your review. So click here to view the document. So this is what the document will look like. This is just the trainer having a quick look at this, seeing if it's up to their standard. I won't show all of it now. And then if they take a look and think, yep, this is exactly what I want, this is good enough, then they'll click this link here, which is approve. And obviously, if they think it's not quite right, maybe I need to tweak this or tweak that, or maybe I need to just get another generation and try again, then they'll click reject. So then what this actually means is we have a second make.com scenario set up. And the trigger for this is a webhook. So this webhook is set up and it's kind of just waiting for one of those links to be clicked. So it will catch whatever response is submitted by the trainer. So whether they approve it or reject it, both of those links lead to this make.com scenario. And then here we have a branching router step. So this goes off in two directions. Obviously the first one being approved. So I'm sure you could guess this is the path that the scenario follows if the trainer approves the plan that we've just sent them via email. And if they do, this Google Drive step here downloads it as a PDF. I don't need to explain that. It will just find the document location using the document ID and download it as a PDF. And then the status will be to set to approve. This is within the initial database we have. So the column of their status will be approved to say, okay, the plan for this client has been approved, the trainer liked it, and this one's sort of closed, done and dusted. And then this will be emailed to the client. So the email address we're using for this is being pulled in from the form they submitted. So within the form, one of the fields was their email. So this email step here is using that. So their email address is being pulled directly in from the Google form they submitted. Subject being your personalized fitness and nutrition plan. Hi, first name, last name, your personalized fitness, nutrition and supplement plan is ready and attached as a PDF. It's been reviewed and approved by your trainer and tailored to your goals, training, preferences and dietary needs. And you can see as the attachment here, we have the file ID. So this is the PDF we've just downloaded. So we have the email telling them this is your fitness plan, it's been approved by a trainer, and here it is. However, if the trainer has rejected it, so first things first, we will update the status within the Google Sheet to say it's rejected. And then we will just send an email to the trainer saying, hi, trainer's name, the fitness plan for first name, last name has been rejected. Please follow the steps below to revise it and resend the plan. So this sends them a link to the document URL again, so they can open the plan, make any changes they want to. So bear in mind, this is a document, not a PDF, so this is completely editable. And then once they've made the changes that they want and it's up to their standard and it's exactly as they want it to be, they can just click the link again at the bottom, and this time this is a link back to this scenario, but this one leads to the approved step. So it will first go this way, they'll get the email with the link, they'll make the changes they want, then they'll click the link and it will run again back from the start, and but this time it will follow the approved step, so it will be downloaded as a PDF and sent to the client. So that is a full end-to-end. Client submits a form to a trainer approval step to a fully customized, branded personal training workout plan document sent straight to the client's inbox within less than 5 minutes. Okay, so with all that being said and the logic explained, let's quickly go through and give it a spin and see how it would work. So this is what the client would see. So we're going to submit the form as the client. So my age is 23, my weight is 70 kg, and then my experience level. So this is the crucial one. So I said earlier, I want to test that the external knowledge base is being drawn upon. I remember my rule for the sort of 7-day train legs only split was specific to if you say you're advanced. So for this experience level field, I'm going to say I'm advanced. So I'll go ahead and submit this, and then this information is going to be fed into the systems we just explained, and it's going to get straight to developing the workout and fitness plan for me. So here we go. Let's take a look at the final product that the client would receive. So we have the branding at the top, personal trainer logo. Obviously, when we do this for a real client build, we would substitute this sort of default personal trainer image for their true branded image that they have. Once again, obviously PT's name, their phone number, their email, their address, their Instagram would all be updated as well to reflect their genuine, real information. And then let's get into the body of the plan. So we have the workout plan. We have a little bit of a heading at the head of this. So we have this 7-day leg focused workout plan is tailored to enhance muscle growth and strength, reflecting your advanced level of experience and preference for bodybuilding principles. So here you can see it is pulling in the information that we're giving it from the knowledge base. So it knows I put my experience level as advanced, and it said it knows that my preferred training style was bodybuilding. So week 1, we have 7 days of leg exercises, which is exactly the rule that we put for the experienced form submission in our external knowledge base. Same again for week 2, 7 days of leg exercises. Same again for week 3, 7 days of leg exercises, and week 4 is going to be the same again. Then we have the meal plan. So this plan is designed to aid your muscle building goal with a focus on high calorie, nutrient rich meals that complement your advanced bodybuilding training. So you can see it again is pulling off the custom knowledge base, and this emphasizes the carbohydrate intake around your workout. So this is cool. This is actually, it's giving true tailored advice to what the client submitted in the form. So we have 7 days of customized meals and snacks specific to support the client's goals. And supplement guide. So this plan is designed to aid in your muscle building efforts through specific supplements that align with your advanced bodybuilding experience. So once again, it's hammering in this fact that it knows I said I'm advanced. It knows I put my goal as bodybuilding. And here we have some supplements that it recommends for an advanced person who wants to focus on bodybuilding, who weighs 70 kg, and all these other details. So this is it. This is what the client would receive, and it's really high quality, and it cuts out that delay from the trainer actually having to type out all these specific workout plans for every single client that submits the form. If you or anybody you know would be interested in implementing a system like this into their business, whether it be personal training, coaching, or something different entirely, please do not hesitate to leave a comment below. Let's get a conversation started. I will be replying. Thank you.